Hey, my name is James Johnson. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Now, in this video, I want to talk about why house prices, the asking prices at least, going up in London. What is going on in the market? Well, keep watching to the end of this video. I'm going to cover every reason why that is happening. Now, while you're here, make sure you smash the like button on a video, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification. We make new content every single day. So, there's data out there now that's saying that asking prices in London are up on average 2% since the start of the year, which is interesting. We had some data from Rightmove saying asking prices were up, but London seems to be up higher than anywhere. And a lot of people were expecting, because of the huge rises that we had the last couple of years in London, that London could be the place that would be hit hardest because it's very expensive, affordability is tight, and also people are more willing to work remotely now. So it was looking like London was potentially going to be a target with the house price drops that we're seeing. Now, the OBR did a report the other day, which was included in the budget, which talked about that the house price market would probably have a soft landing in 2023 and go down that little bit more next year in 2024. Now, what's interesting in London at the moment, which could indicate that they could be onto something here, is that the actual achieved price on sales, so asking price is great, but more relevant is actually what do people get for the house. And people are getting, on average, 97.4% of the asking price in London in February of this year, which is interesting. So that's showing that, look, prices aren't going to drop massively in London, at least for this year. Now, we're not saying that that might not happen next year, but it is interesting to see that there's a big change in the outlook for properties. It was very doom and gloom at the back end of September, October, November last year. We had some price drops, but things have changed. Now, why is it that London is really standing the test of time? Because it doesn't really make sense, does it? Affordability is down, but yet the market is still very, very strong in London at the moment. And the reason for that is cash. So there's just a ton of cash buyers in the market at the moment, and they're keeping the market high. Now, what you've got to look at is other factors, because a lot of people, when they're looking at house price data and stuff like that, they're just looking at, okay, mortgages have gone up, inflation's hitting people, you've got the cost of living crisis, all makes very good reason for prices to go down. But what's also being hit hard at the moment is the stock market. There's a lot of uncertainty in the stock market. I wouldn't want my money sitting in the stock market that could go down 3 or 4% in one day. And so there's people moving their money out of that market, becoming cash buyers, and they're putting money into property, which is generally seen as a safer asset. Now, if they buy a property and they use it as a rental property and they hold the property, then regardless of whether the market goes up or down, they're going to get cash flow, aren't they? Because they bought with cash, they're going to get cash flow from the rent. So that gives them some income and more stability. So it's a great investment for them. Very hard to get that in cryptocurrency at the moment. They've been crashing. It's hard to get that in the stock market at the moment. And so it's really important to understand there is a huge amount of money in the stock market and a huge amount of very wealthy people that want to invest their money somewhere. And housing might be the best option, particularly when they're cash buyers. And so that is looking like that's going to keep the London market buoyant and keep it moving for 2023. You can see yourself this data. There's a great article in This Is Money, which is part of the Daily Mail. They break it down in more detail. But there is really, really a lot of evidence now that the London market isn't going to move anywhere fast, up or down, in 2023. And that's a great sign. But what it is going to mean is that people that do want to buy are going to find it more difficult. So maybe they're going to start moving out to the home counties. I don't know what's definitely going to happen there. But if the prices in London don't drop, the affordability does get harder, then the people that want to buy in London, they're going to find that even harder. And the real thing that needs to happen is more investment, more development, more building. London's very busy anyway, but we need more properties in order to keep up with the demand that there is for people that want to live in that London area. But what do you think? Is this a blip? Is this something that can be sustained? Do you think the London market can stay strong? Does it make sense to you what I'm saying, that you've got lots of people that just want to get out of things like stocks and shares at the moment because they're a lot more volatile, things like what with banks and stuff like that. And also there's a lot of people that if they're concerned that we're going to go into another bank crisis, I would rather have my money in bricks and mortar than sitting in a bank. Now, obviously you get insurance on a bank, but if you're a high net worth individual, you cannot get insurance for all of that money that you've got. So you want to spend that on investments. Stock market's looking volatile. House market is looking like it could go down, but it's not going to go down 20% like the stock market could. So that's my thoughts on it. London is still doing very, very well in the property market. Give me a quick like on the video if you're enjoying these. Comment below with your thoughts. I'd love to know what you think at the moment is going on in the market. Do check out all the other content. And if you want to know how to buy a house for £1, we've got a great video on that right here.